Good evening. How are you guys doing out there? I hope that you are having a great day. I'm excited to be here with you today. I'm excited to share with you a new program that I have, and yeah, this has been in the making. Hey, Raina, how are you? This has been in the making for some time now. Actually, this has been in the making my whole adult life. So with that said, I'm going to get started. Hopefully some other people will jump on. Please share the information, or hopefully they'll watch it in the replay. So guys, good evening. My name is Michael Bootcamp Thomas. I am your health and wealth coach. I'm the owner of Columbia Life and Fitness Bootcamp. I'm here to share with you some really exciting information in a new program. So I'm going to start with a couple of questions. Are you ready to live a life of financial freedom? Are you ready to live a life of passion and purpose? Are you ready to live the life that you imagined? If you are, definitely, pay attention. I'm going to share with you a proven plan, a system that I've created to help you accomplish those goals. So if you were to climb up on a ship and ask the captain his or her next port of call, he or she will be able to tell you in one concise sentence: my next destination is to Florida or Jamaica. Keep it in mind that he can't see his destination 95% of the time. But he knows that if he does a certain thing a certain way at a certain time, he's sure to reach his destination every time. You see, those with goals will accomplish in a few short years more than those without goals will in a lifetime. So the Live Bootcamp is a gold mastery class. Nothing new here, you may say, but really there is a lot new that I've learned over the years to really make it really easy for you to accomplish your goals without a ton of effort. And I've practiced this, I'm living proof of it, and I'm going to demonstrate and I'm going to show you some of it. So, you went off to college, you graduated. Some of you bought a home. Some of you became realtors. Some of you purchased homes or became lawyers. Why? Why did you become a lawyer? Why did you purchase a home? Why did you own a business or become a realtor? Simply because you decided to. Nothing more, nothing less. You decided to. You decided. And the same way it is that if you decide that you want to live a life of financial freedom, you can do that. If certain things happen and we get a few things in line, you can do those things. So, and I'm going to show you how all of that happens. See, you did all of these things because you were programmed to. These were things you were told early on that you needed to do. And you would go to work, get a good job, and you would, go to college or own a business. These things were placed there a long time ago. And you believed it. You had enough belief system to make a run at it. But you were also said you'll work for 55, 60 years, work till you're 67, 72, and you'll draw Social Security, and you probably wouldn't live financially free. You probably wouldn't be debt free because you wasn't told to do those things. So when someone says, hey, you can retire by the time you're 45 and go off and do whatever you want and live a life of financial freedom, now there's a part of your subconscious mind probably will argue with that or not readily accept that. And so in order for that to become a part of what you do, we're going to have to do a little bit of work. And that's what this program is about. So we do what we are familiar with. I got a friend of mine, and she was telling me the story of how she became a Delta. I asked her, how did you become a Delta? And she said that my teacher in elementary school was a Delta. And I asked her, and she had on her paraphernalia, and I said, Miss So-and-so, what is that you have on? And she said, baby, I'm a Delta. She said, I want to become a Delta. Well, guess what? Her teacher said, well, you got to go to college. Well, guess what? She went to college, and she became a Delta. I had an uncle. I have an uncle, one of my favorite uncles, Uncle Levan. Uncle Levan went off in the military, and he would come home, and he had this walk. He had confidence. He had this winning attitude. He had this amazing laugh. And I looked, but more than that, he would, every time he would come home, he would take all the kids to the corner store And he said, you can have anything in here you want. And I said, anything? He said, yeah, anything. And no one had ever told me before in my life that I could have anything that I wanted. And as a result of that influence, I went into the military. And a large part of who I am and what I have learned and the way that I perform and operate is a result of me being in the military. And you've been programmed too. You've been programmed through exposure and association. And we still are. And much of what we do is through our programming, and much of it happened early on, and we're going to talk about that. I had a good friend of mine that went to a Dave Ramsey workshop on financial freedom. And he was presented a plan, and he had a belief system strong enough to believe in that plan. And today he's completely debt-free with no mortgage. Completely debt-free because of through that exposure and association. So through these concepts and ideas, when someone shows you something and you believe it and you have enough there, you'll buy into it. So if you want to live a life of financial freedom and I show you a plan, and not just a plan, I'm proof of the pudding. I'm proof of the pudding. So if I show you a plan that I've always used, that I've mastered, that I've learned to make work, and we walk through it, and you believe in it, and I show you how it all works, then you could do it as well. So I had a really good personal training client, and my son was there, and I was training him to train the client, and I was talking with my son about what you're worth. Some people are worth $10 an hour, $200 an hour, $500 an hour. But the person could be worth whatever they want it to be. It's just really what you believe, right? So I told my son that sometimes in my best day, when I'm at my best, I'm worth about $200 an hour sometimes. So I turned to the client who's a real estate investor and does commercial real estate. And I said, what are you worth? You mind sharing with my son, what are you worth an hour at your best? He said, at my best, I'm worth about $3,000 an hour. Now, if I was to tell you that you're worth $3,000 an hour, and your programming doesn't believe it and doesn't accept it, you're not going to buy off on that and take off charging and running with that plan. You'll hear the thought with your conscious mind, but your subconscious mind that says you're only worth $30 an hour will push it away and out of your mind. This mind, what I'm trying to get you to understand, is powerful. When we take a look at a simple calculator, that's old technology, many years ago. A simple calculator. You put in 7 times 7, every time it's going to come up 49. And I don't care how many numbers you put in there, same over and over. But somebody's mind created this calculator that will be able to compute numbers at regular speed and be really reliable. That's old technology. Now we have technology that's 100 times better than that. And the mind created it. The mind created it. So I'm saying to you, with this powerful thing you have, when we learn to use it properly, we can create whatever we want. And when we uncover the old programming and then through repetition reprogram it to believe that, hey Renita, that I can be a personal trainer, or I can do whatever it is that I decide to do through the strength of God, through prayer, meditation, affirmations, repetitive thoughts, planning and training, a definite plan, guess what? You can do it, and you will do it. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk with you a little bit about how we do that. So there's this law that John Maxwell talks about in the 21 laws. It's called the law of the lid. You're only going to be able to perform up to your best thinking. You're never going to outperform your best thinking. So if your best thinking is a 4, then that's about as high as you're going to be able to perform. So for instance, if you want to learn calculus, but you only know basic math, you won't be able to understand calculus. You're going to have to go to the next math and become associated with it before and work your way up to an 8 or 9 so that you can learn calculus. So some of this, we're going to have to improve our thinking, our best thinking, and abandon some thinking. Okay. Second is a belief system. If you have a belief system of a 4, a confidence of a 4, you're only confident in a room with 4s. If someone tried to get you to go to a place where people thought higher than you, you would become uncomfortable. If someone tried to introduce you to a girlfriend or a boyfriend that confidence was a 7 or 8, you become uncomfortable. You would not want to go out with him or her because your thinking, your belief system is that of a 4. And you can't outperform that. So we may have to improve our belief system and our thinking because you're going to only be comfortable where you are. And so we need to go uncover, build up some systems. Some people remind you of all that you've done, how good you really are. Do some affirmations, do a little bit of work. And then as we raise our belief system and we raise our thinking, then the goals that we really want in life, we can achieve. So we may have to do a little bit of work to get there. So with that said, now I'm going to share with you the system. Some of you have accomplished some goals. You went off to college. But since then, your confidence may have taken some hits. You've maybe had a few failures. And with the confidence that you have now, you probably would not be able to accomplish some of the things that you accomplished long ago. Maybe some betrayal, some hurt, some system situations that has caused you to take a little bit of hit in confidence. So, but what if I told you that there's a way for us to accomplish these goals a whole lot easier? So, the Live Bootcamp, what we're going to do is teach you how to deploy your thoughts, your creativity, and your imagination to clarify some goals. Make it crystal clear of what it is that you really want. Then we're going to generate enough belief to overcome whatever obstacles that may be in your way. So you got to understand that your confidence or your belief system's job is to keep you from being hurt, to keep you from failing. If you don't think that you can drive, then you won't drive a car. If you don't think that he's going to like you, say, well, he probably won't like me. It's to keep you from being rejected. So you may have to have a conversation and say, it's okay. Go talk to your critic and say, it's okay. I don't need you to protect me. If you don't like me, that's fine. I may not like him either. That's perfect. Or I may not like her either. I have enough in me to go forward. I'm older, I'm wiser, I can move forward, but I thank you for trying to protect me, but thank you, but I'm good. I don't need you to protect me anymore. So we'll create this enough belief to move forward. So then we'll formulate a plan, a definite plan, a step-by-step plan. It's all the steps that's from A to J that's needed to accomplish your goals. All of this is a very practical workshop. So we'll pick out a goal that's your goal, and we're going to fill out these worksheets. It's very practical. And by the time you're done, we're going to have a plan in place for you to accomplish whatever it is that you are seeking to accomplish. Then we're going to build a tribe of people. Some people call it a mastermind that's going to work with you on your behalf to create this plan, overcome whatever obstacles, encourage you when you feel a little doubtful, that you're going to meet and plug into on a weekly basis that's going to help you actually work to accomplish this plan. So you got this tribe of people working on your behalf. You have this idea that's in your subconscious mind that you have reprogrammed that's delivering you all of the ideas and concepts and the systems that's needed to create this definite plan. And now we have a plan with a ton of support. Then we're going to master the skills of goal setting. We're going to learn to master these skills of goal setting. How to go from, from here to there in a record-like speed. Every day you're going to get up and you're going to figure out, what do I need to accomplish today in order to make this goal a reality? And then when that's all said and done, you're going to accomplish your goal. And then if your goal is to be financially free, then we're going to create a plan for you to become financially free. That may not happen in this workshop. It may happen in our Side Hustle Bootcamp, which is very powerful. So, and I'll tell you a little bit about it, right? My Columbia Fitness Bootcamp was my side hustle. I was a full-time fire marshal, but it quickly replaced my income at the fire station to the point, and I'm not bragging this, I was blessed, to the point where I didn't even know when I got paid at the fire department. And I only worked 6 hours a week at the boot camp. So I'm not telling you what I heard. So we create a side hustle. We take the skills, talent sets that you have currently. So if you like cutting grass, you have all the equipment, we'll create a quick lawn care business, help you develop enough clients in 30 days to make $500. We'll take that $500 a month, pay off all your debts in 12 to 18 months, and then take that money once we're done to begin to build wealth. Let's say that you really care about people. We may create a business where you do respite care for those that care for loved ones that just need an opportunity to get away, to create a respite care business. We take what you already have don't need college, don't need a ton of money. We take what you already have and we help you to create a side business that you can scale as far as you want. If you decide you want to even leave your job, I've done it. So, the Live Bootcamp is a foundational goal-setting workshop that teaches you how to accomplish whatever goals you want. And then I'll teach you in the next class, a side hustle, how to create some side income to live the life that you imagined, to live a life of financial freedom, to live a life of purpose and passion, doing only what you love doing. I'm the proof. So, with that said, guys, let me just make this offer to you, right? For the first 10 people that go to the website and register, the classes are $150, but for the first 10 people, I'm going to offer the program for $97. Now, here's another offer. If you finish the 4 weeks and decide that it wasn't worth $97, you tell me what it's worth and I'll refund you the difference. And if you decide that it wasn't worth anything, I will refund you 100% of your money back. You have nothing to lose here. It's not that important to me. Because everything that I do, I want to be a win-win, right? So, go to the website, register for the Live Bootcamp, which is going to start on June 30th. 4 weeks, a webinar program. We're going to do some live once everything's settled down, but we're going to do this on Zoom for 4 weeks. You're going to get all the workshops. We're going to work through the whole program. And I'm going to show you how to accomplish all your dreams in a record-like speed, and you're going to enjoy the process. So, I'm going to finish by saying, guys, I've been at this for a long time, and I didn't have an idea. I knew a couple things. I knew that I loved people. In my whole life, that's all I've ever done. I've been blessed to only do what I love doing. I started working in the military, in the Army. And I got out, I worked at the Department of Juvenile Justice, and I went to work at Epworth Children's Home. Then I left there and I went to work at the fire department. And I retired recently at the fire department. I became a gym owner, a personal trainer. So my whole life, all I've been doing is serving, doing what it is that I love doing. But all of this became familiar with me when I was in the Army, and I was about 19 years old. And I'm wrapping up with the story here. And I was 19 years old. I found myself at the Columbia Mall looking for some clothes. I was looking to go hang out with some friends for the weekend. And I wandered into a bookstore, and it was a big bookstore on the second floor of the Columbia Mall called the Walden Bookstore. And I came into this bookstore, and it was long, and it was really junky. It wasn't that organized. I kind of still remember it. And I stumbled upon a book that was called Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. I opened the book, and it was of a story of a young African warrior that was looking to find success. So he went to the people of the village and says, "Can you teach me how to find success?" Well, the people of the village directed him to an old wise man that lived at the path at the end of the village. And he walked down this long, winding pathway, and he finally came upon a hut, and an old wise man was sitting on the front porch, rocking back and forth in his chair. And the young warrior said to the old wise man, he said, "The people of the village said that you can teach me how to find success." And the old wise man didn't say a word. He took the warrior by the hand and walked him down into the lake. Until the young warrior was fully submerged in the water. And he held him there until the young warrior was just about to give up when he thought he was going to die. And before he gave up, the old man walked him back out of the lake. He sat back in his rocking chair. He still hadn't said a word. And when the old warrior finally caught his breath, the young warrior finally caught his breath, he said to the old man, he said, "You old fool, what are you trying to do, kill me?" And the old man said with a very wise voice, "When you want to succeed, as bad as you wanted to breathe, as bad as you want to live, then you found the answer. I closed the book. I said, wow, that was powerful. That story was about desire. Guys, you got to have the desire, and you got to have a really clear picture of what it is that you want. And sometimes we're not living the life, or we're not doing what we want to do. Oftentimes it's because we really don't know what it is we want. But in this workshop, we're going to help clarify that. Just see if we can uncover some purpose and passion and a burning desire, because everything begins with a desire. And then we're going to walk through all of those steps to help you accomplish your goals. With the subconscious mind working on your behalf and a tribe of people that's supporting you. And with my help, I'm certain with all of what I've learned that whatever it is that you desire, if it's to work 3 days a week and then travel and enjoy life, then we will do that. Go to the website, ColumbiaBootCamp.com, sign up for the Live Bootcamp. If you have any questions, definitely inbox me, call me. I thank you for taking the time. Please share on your timeline. Guys, I love you. I love Bootcamp. Peace.